Hey guys, Xenomorph's newly buffed add-on, Molted Skin, creates an extremely powerful combo with Mindbreaker, as it makes it to where some of the most powerful survivor perks, that being exhaustion perks, basically never happen. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Molted Skin infamously used to be one of Xenomorph's worst add-ons in the game. Old Molted Skin used to be that after deploying a remote flame turret, the survivor suffered from only 3% hindered in 3 seconds of exhaustion after placing said turret. This was basically useless since 3 seconds is so minimal that it would always time down before the Xenomorph could actually catch the survivor exhausted. Furthermore, the only time you would actually get value of this is right after a flame turret is placed, but survivors already sitting ducks while placing a flame turret, so if you catch them doing this as the Xenomorph, it's already confirmed hit anyways. But now, new Molted Skin is far better than this and is honestly one of Xenomorph's best add-ons, up there with Lambert's Star Map and Harpoon Gun. Now, new Molted Skin is that after you place a flame turret, you receive 30 seconds of exhaustion, which is a vast improvement. 30 seconds is more than enough time to catch survivors exhausted, especially with Xenomorph's extreme speed and base kit information while inside the tunnels. This combos extremely strongly with already existing exhaustion perks, namely Mindbreaker. Mindbreaker is when a survivor touches a generator, they're exhausted and blind for the duration, and this effect applies or lingers for 5 seconds after a survivor leaves the generator. This creates an extremely nasty combination where a survivor places a flame turret, becomes exhausted for 30 seconds, and even if they wanted to just wait out that exhaustion on a gen, which is usually what survivors do when they're waiting out their exhaustion, Mindbreaker actually pauses that timer, meaning it will not go down and the exhaustion will keep going. This makes you a sitting duck for Xenomorph to just show up at a nearby control station and catch you exhausted with 100% certainty. The rest of our build continues to capitalize on pausing the exhaustion timer from Molted Skin. First up is Languid Touch, which exhausts the survivor for 10 seconds after disturbing a crow within 36 meters of you. This has special synergy with Xenomorph since the Xenomorph does not actually disturb crows while they're in crawler mode, which is something that a lot of people actually do not know, leaving more activations than the average killer. Secondly, we have Genetic Limits, which exhausts the survivor after they lose a health state for 8 seconds. So somehow if a survivor has avoided getting exhausted by placing a turret, by touching a gen, disturbing a crow, then injuring them for sure will inflict exhaustion. Finally, the perk that ties this all together is Blood Echo. Blood Echo is when you hook a survivor, any survivor that was injured when the hook happened is exhausted and hemorrhaged for 30 seconds. To summarize, placing a turret with Molted Skin makes you exhausted for 30 seconds. Then Mindbreaker, Languid Touch, and Blood Echo serve as mechanisms to pause this exhaustion timer to keep the exhaustion going on the survivors basically the entire match. I will tell you that this build was brutal, as we canceled so many exhaustion perks. It was literally like 3 or 4 every single game, and the survivors absolutely did not like it. We had people disconnecting and giving up almost every single game that we played today to test this out, and you're going to see that reflected in the matches that we show today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out how effective this build is at completely canceling exhaustion perks. Right, so if you recall, the point of this build is to stop exhaustion at all costs. Molted Skin creates an excellent exhaustion effect that we're going to be pausing using our 4 perks. You're in Ripley. You should know how the Xenomorph works. I'm here. Welcome in, Grub. Why did she throw that so late? This is interesting. Iron gets so slow. It really does. It really does. How's my day? My day is all right. I had to do a lot of like chore stuff. Okay, somebody's in that gen tour, right? That me skill switch? Yeah. You can essentially cheat with playthrough food stacks, so can't have that. Her pathing was a little strange there, but remember, at the end of each one of our games, we need to be checking just exactly how many exhaustion perks we blocked. Our rate so far has literally been like 3 to 4, which is wild. I'm sorry your Achilles still messed up, friend. Hopefully it heals sooner rather than later. Where are you going? Usually you can go for the shot, but with the tail being kind of messed up right now, this one's fairly difficult. There we go. Don't worry, I got it anyways. Okay. They just now got Ripley. So that means they're kind of grading gens a fair bit. Okay. I'm gonna pop down this hole here. Hello. gonna go after her for sure. There's nothing in our build that really synergizes with spreading hook states, so it's probably important here that we nice that we ping pong back and forth between 2 or 3 of them instead of trying to be like 4 hooking everybody. This build is really great at blocking exhaustion perks, but also keep in mind that it doesn't have slowdown, so you're making up that time by having quick and aggressive chases. The idea is that with no exhaustion perks, all of your chases are going to be like really quick, but no slowdown nonetheless. I wanted her to run by that forklift because you can actually shoot through that forklift, but a lot of people don't know that. I'm gonna actually take her down here. Yeah, like, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing well, Nathan. Hey, Pally, how's it going? Yo, good one. Let's see, I'm gonna cut through here. Ripley is death hook. She's gonna go to the other god pallet here. No, she's just running in the basement. Oh, she has strength with shadows. Well, that would be why. Yeah, isn't Pinhead the only not bug killer right now? At least that I know of. Okay, somebody dead at 4 is good. Problem is, I'm pretty far away from everybody, so I'm gonna get a control station here. Okay. Make me wish I had bamboozle. Or self-destruct bolt. Okay, she's pretty close. That's it. She's also death X, so we're in a pretty good spot here. So I haven't seen a single exhaustion perk, so I'm assuming our perks are doing their job. She made this exact same mistake with the other palette and then went upstairs and did the exact same thing. Well, if it didn't work the first time, clearly you just have to try again, right? And then it'll work for surezies. Let's see. There you go. Oh! They've been tapping a lot of gens too, so I imagined Mindbreaker's been really hurting them. Okay. I only have 2 gens done so far. Here's Dwight. I'm not even technically in chase with Dwight. He's not paying attention. I think Ellen already threw this. Yeah, she did. I haven't seen this Mikaela's game so far. You could tell me she's not in the game, I would believe you. Okay, he's patient. He's patient. There we go. If you're in that situation where you have to hit over a pallet, especially right now with the tail being kind of wonky, make sure you go from the short side to the tall side. That way you avoid hitting the pallet as much as possible. It's a good habit to form, even when they do eventually fix everything. Just a heads up. Well, the problem is I need to find Mikaela, who is hell-bent on not being found right now. Here she is. Some of my gut told me not to go into the control station. I'm glad I was correct. She's just debuting. To the god palette. She thought about it. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, okay. Hey guys, we didn't have somebody DC this game. So far, I've only had 1 game where that didn't happen. Now we'll have 2. Hey Silver, how's it going, friend? How are you? We could just go for the more here. Now remember, we gotta check how many exhaustion perks that we blocked, because we didn't get any this game. There were no activations. So we'll see how many we blocked. One thing I missed the last time we did this too is I gotta make sure I look at other perks that cause exhaustion, like Iron Will. So we technically block those as well. Crunch. Oh, do this. Hi, buddy. How are you? Let's see. How many do we block? We block Dramaturgy. We block Sprint Burst. And that's it. Yeah, so we blocked... No, we have Iron Will as well. We have Iron Will as well up here. I just told myself to remember that. So we blocked four perks. 4 perks blocked. Let's go. Midwich. Imagine trying to bring Pat and getting sent to Midwich instead. Oh, that's too funny, dude. Deserved, some might say. Hello there. I shouldn't have gone for the tail tech. I was within melee range. Be careful about going for tail techs in melee range, especially on indoor maps with a lot to snag your tail on. Just a bit of advice. Okay, good job staying at the chair like she did there. Did she had a medkit and she popped that, didn't she? There we go. Okay, remember from Mindbreaker, she wouldn't have any sort of exhaustion perk that she could have likely had there. She didn't place a turret, so she didn't have that molted, but oh. I do remember that was funny. Not there. Have a good day at work, yes. Appreciate you. That was weird. The killer instinct didn't pop up right away. So she has no exhaustion because of Mindbreaker. So that's good. She stayed in the room of desks. That is a unique decision. She also disturbed her crow, so she doesn't have... her timer still hasn't gone down here. Do they all have styptics? Are they all running styptics? It's interesting. That gen's nearly done. Up you go. Well, Wraith crashes the game, so Wraith has a pretty huge bug then. Sometimes uncloaking will crash the game. Hey, who is doing this? Maybe we could do the bait time? Can I see if somebody will come out here? No. Yeah, okay. They're actually not here. Keep in mind, you have 16 meters of footstep and sound and killer instinct using the tunnels here, so okay. They assume just because I left that on. That's okay. Oh, I love those stutters. I don't know if he exhausted from anything, but we will see. Well, I just hit him, so yeah, genetic limits. This is why this build is great. Some people question genetic limits on this, right? But that's why. Because, like, if he somehow not placed a turret, not touched a generator, not disturbed a crow, genetic limits will still apply just by chasing them, yeah. Which is very helpful. Okay, they sound like they're up here. Go say hi. Okay. She will be exhausted because she placed the turret and then got on the gen, which would pause her timer. She won't have anything. I'm not gonna lie, I got distracted by Sable here. Woohoo! That was clean, chat. That was great. Oh, I am too high. Ooh. Is my pallet. My pallet. Yeah, I kind of sandbagged her there. That's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Why is my deer circle all the way over here? Yeah, supposedly they're gonna roll out their first group of fixes on the 15th, so hopefully that fixes a lot of things here. Hey, Ada, we'll actually do a bit of slugging here. Okay, she's got the right idea by doing that, I suppose. We'll hook Ada. She said gens before friends. I'm gonna leave Adam slugged. Well, a lot of characters have had a lot of bugs for a long time, and things just got worse with the PTB, if that makes sense. I wonder if she thought she had bounce landing, but because of exhaustion, she doesn't. Need to check if she did that. It was off the record. We'll have to check for that in the game. Meme frog's raiding me, raiding me, raiding me, raiding me, raiding me. Yo, meme frog, thank you so much for the raid, friend. How was your stream, bud? Thanks, good. Oh, it's Final Fantasy the 14th. Okay. Yes, didn't matter too much. Not that I was actually telling them. I hooked a whole other person, but like, you know, in DBD's eyes, it is the same thing, unfortunately. Let's hop down here to the shed. Oh, it looked like everybody's here, but I could be wrong. They're resetting somewhere, it looks like. Take a peek using our 16 meters of Killer Instinct. Okay. It's not up here, so. Alright. Don't know what they're up to, but they're playing it pretty safe right now. I don't miss either. That's weird. Okay, I think we finally found him here. Yep. Okay, we got Ada, who's Death Hook, which is very good. I wonder why she was slow walking there. Did she think she had sprint bursts? We'll have to check. I don't know why I baited dead hard when I'm running a full exhaustion build. Everybody point and laugh. It's a bad habit, okay? So that's precisely why we run this build, so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Yeah, Stretch could also completely crash your game too upon teleporting. Good lockers. Okay, so somebody just ran in and finished this, but that means through Mindbreaker they are exhausted, so that's good. It's a good habit. I mean, like right now it's a bad habit because I have a full exhaustion build. I don't need to do that at all. Right now it'd be weirder if they weren't exhausted. So. Wow, these guys have really continued to hammer the gens. I'm actually genuinely surprised. Although it's kind of... I say that like I'm congratulating them, but realistically it's kind of ruining the game for them too, because they're focused so much on gens that now everybody's dead. They haven't been playing very altruistically. Just kind of serving to be a problem. Because Team Matthew wanted Batum. Yeah. And she gave up. I think Adam has a key, so we'll have to be careful about the whole hatch situation. He's not injured either, which is kind of an issue. So what if we do find hatch and he's aware of where it is? Yeah, he can just key out. So hopefully he doesn't find that. He's also probably the one that white-warded, I'd imagine. That'd make the most sense. I think I saw him. Could be wrong. I did. Where is he? Oh, he's running away from me. Doesn't know it's there. Let's go. Yep. Thank goodness that they added that animation. Holy moly. Holy moly. Well, he just would have been, in the old days, he just would have been out of here. In old evening, he'd just be gone. But thankfully that has an animation now. All right. Let's go. Let's see how many exhaustion perks we clocked there. I imagine a lot, because it kind of seemed like they were trying to like bait certain exhaustion perks, and they ended up working out. Let's see. Wow, holy moly, BMPs. That's why the gens grow fast. We blocked sprint burst. Overcome. Dead hard on Ada. I was right about the dead hard. It's interesting. And another dead hard. So 4 exhaustion perks. We blocked 4 exhaustion perks. Garden of soy. Soy. Usually an awful match or map for Xeno, but or not. Bleh. Words. Usually an awful map, but not for Xeno. Third time's the charm. Whoa. Words. Yeah, that happens, Tau guy. We got a Swift that was being really nasty to us. I was like, what? Only threw a game I was winning to try and get a challenge. And they were just like, no, we're not denying that to you. We're denying that to you. You're not allowed to have that. I'm just like, okay. Okay. I got to 2 ends. I'm like, I haven't got that grab yet. What if I just like, I just become friendly? They'll let me have that. And then they proceeded to intentionally deny me the grab. And I'm like, wow. I want to hear you complain about killers not being nice or having a personality. Okay, they're up on main. Woo! Bonked him on the noggin. He has a Mindbreaker affecting him right now, so he will not have any exhaustion perks for us. He went this way. What do you guys prefer when you're playing Survivor? Do you prefer the window in the greenhouse, or do you prefer having the pallet? Good shot. Yeah, it kind of was. Window? Yeah. Like the pallet's safer, but the window's multi-use. Yeah. Nice shot. Thank you. Oh, hi. Is it a deli play? It smells like a deli play. I mean, it's a free hook for me, so whatever. Sure. He's going back to the garden house. Somebody got on that gen up in Maine. She didn't have that, so why did she do that? Yeah, this one was pretty good. Yeah. Oh. I guess it has a little bit higher collision than I thought. Oh! That was disgusting. That was gross. Well, welcome back, Brady. A little off the top is crazy too. That's funny. Hey, buddy. Ooh, what are you getting a locker for? You forcing that DS, buddy? You forcing that DS? Let me eat that DS real quick. Nom 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 nom. Oh, really? Okay. So I haven't seen a single exhaustion perk. Bill's still doing a job. Okay, you went back to this. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yep, that's what would happen initially. So let's go. We've all been there. We've all been locker vacuumed. It's fine. Well, let her have it. What is she doing? No, I'll go get her. I'll go get her. It's okay. Why people keep quitting against this build? They don't get exhausted. They're like, oh. What if that's why she gave up? What if she was baiting head on, but she's exhausted, so she couldn't get head on? Is that the reason she was being angry? I didn't even think about that. I was like, why else would you just like run to lock her like that? But maybe she was exhausted. She wanted to head on me. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, let's remember the Xeno to check for head on there. We'll just let you be. There's a game in this game. More about hey. Who doing the Jed? Who doing the Jed? Hey, there he is. She couldn't get her head is crazy. Yeah? You wanna talk about that? Bonk. Guy's loud. I didn't make it! Oh! So no head? Doing gens, you. Oh, well, Aussie word? I'm gonna avoid that for now. I love that because of the fact that, like, there's technically collision there. I didn't have line of sight. Or it didn't have line of sight, even though it absolutely should have. I almost want to hit this reverse, you know? Or it's just gonna vault into me. Because you can hit this. You can go up and over this. But it's just, like, not a practical shot, because, like, who ends up in that position to hit that? You know? But it's possible, technically. Fun fact, with this railing as well, you can shoot up and down over this both ways. You just gotta avoid the flower pots on the outside. Yeah, Xeno's like the 6th or 7th least played character in the game. Something like that. Pretty nightlight. They have like a surprisingly high skill floor. It's only moderate, but people expect the character to be easy. So I think that wards people away. He ducks this time. That's trauma. He's like, not again, please. Not again. Not again. That was me, sir. Remember, you gotta check Xeno for head on. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, a lot of people just hate the free zoning Xeno has, but like, if you're free zoning a bunch of Xeno, you're playing the character wrong. Because you're gonna get far better chase results if you just two-tap them with the tail. Damn it. My good memory. Look at that. I don't have good memory. I just know my character. Who's top? Agripinhead. X-Girls rating me, rating me, rating me, rating me, rating me. X-Girl gonna put a spell on you. Hi. Thank you so much for the raid. How's your stream? How things going? I mean, all about it. Thank you for trusting me with the people. Hi, buddy. Hello. Bah. You guys know me, I'm Bran. I'm the Xenomorph guy. I wrote the Xenomorph guide and all that wonderful stuff. You guys having a wonderful cheese day. You can take it. Go ahead. Take the medkit. Or don't. It's fine. Bah. Oh my god, the double raid. Black Swords rating me, rating me, rating me, rating me, rating me. Yo, homie, thank you so much for the raid as well. I appreciate that from you as well, friend. I'm scared. Dredge and unknown. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we have to check. What did Xeno have? She did not have head on. So what was she doing? I guess she was just mad she didn't get an RPD. So we blocked Dead Heart. We blocked Lithe. That's it. We only got 2. That one. Unfortunate. What a funny game, though. So yeah, if you guys are out there and you hate exhaustion perks, this is the build for you. Did you enjoy the excellent results that it had in canceling exhaustion perks? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to let me know if this is the kind of content you enjoy and want to keep seeing. That really helps me on the back end and helps me know I'm doing the right thing. Other than that, I appreciate you guys so much for spending time with me today. Hopefully I made it a better one. If I did not, I'll try to do so again in the next video. And if I don't get to see you there, well, you know what I always say. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.